cut up so bad on me at the women's place. Told me she ain't getting no ultrasound thing or none of that. I'm like, you feel me? Like, don't nobody go no whole 9 months faking no pregnancy. Like,
did someone lace your weed, or did you forget we are back with another video? Okay, so she fake being pregnant for 42 weeks. Let's get right into it.
it was never no baby. I need to know where my son is. Somebody need to get them clothes though. Hey, for real. You know it's real when the sister call you say she embarrassed. Hey, I'll be embarrassed too. Hell, my sister lied like this.
Women faking pregnancies. We've heard about this time and time again, yet it never stops being shocking. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I understand the psychology behind it, but one thing
I can give some insight on it. Is to keep the man around. Simple as that. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's the only reason, but if people they're not gonna understand why people do this, why females do this, want to keep the man around. Oh, he about to leave them, or she's seeing that like he's losing interest. I'm pregnant. Don't go nowhere. You stuck with me now, even though it's not true. But I think my thing is that is more so of a short-term way of thinking, because if you really think about it realistically, like you can fake the baby bump and everything, but when no baby comes out, you looking weird. And it's like, I feel like just free him. For what? You gonna fake a pregnancy so he can be around for another 9 months? I don't know.
Can say is it always circles back to control, validation, as well as attention. Either way, it is manipulation on another level. Let's get into this mess. Lately, there's been 2 cases that have been going viral for women faking their pregnancies, but today I want to talk about Jay Kiz and Rhea Smith. I couldn't tell you how long they've been together, but in these photos, I believe she was about 42 weeks pregnant. Now, before we get started, I just want to say there's always 3 sides to a story. We have a lot of Jay's side and a little bit of Rhea's side. Her actions are speaking louder than her words. On October 18, Jay made a Facebook post that read, "Fam and friends, please help me out with this one. I am so lost right now because the mother of my soon-to-be born son that was supposed to have been born had faked the pregnancy for 42 weeks is how I'm interpreting this. Rhea Smith, we had a whole baby shower filled with family and friends."
That's when it's way too far. You're getting everybody involved. Everybody's emotionally invested, financially invested, because you already know there's gifts to that motherfucking baby shower. Like, that's when it gets too much, and that speaks a lot more on your character than anybody else's. I don't care how much you want to keep that man. I don't care. You're getting other people involved in your mess, emotions, all of that. And then what? When they find out there's no baby, it's like they grieving the possibility that a baby was going to be born. And no, now it's a loss. I think people don't think deeply enough. It's not thought deeply enough, and you scare me if you did think deeply enough and you still went through with it. That's scary.
How could you do this to me and others? Y'all, she lied like she was getting induced at the hospital, had no record of her in their admissions. Wow, tell me what this looks like. I'm so confused about this. Please help me out with this one. I keep calling the hospital, no Rhea Smith. I never went to a doctor visit or saw an ultrasound. She always wanted to go by herself. My hopes were to meet my son, Jatori. Now I'm realizing it is a fake baby. To give a little bit of context, Jay had been reaching out to Rhea, asking her, please go to the hospital because you are overdue. Go check up on the baby and all that.
Oh,
now,
no.
Rhea, she kept pushing that back. On the day she was finally supposed to go to the hospital, she told Jay that her sister got in a bad wreck, so she'll go the next day. And obviously he was like, okay, understandable, but you're gonna have to go eventually. Remember,
Right.
Everything that I'm telling y'all is from Jay's side of the story. He was getting fed up because she kept making excuses every single day. And ma'am, your water needs to break. You need to either get induced, something, and I know a lot of people are like, 42 weeks, how can you be 42 weeks? There's women out there that go 42 weeks and then they give birth. It's not that.
I don't want to say people be a little bit too trusting, but as for Jay in this situation, I'm not saying he should have really been on her or like, oh, let me go to the ultrasound appointments with you. Let me do this, let me do that. But I think people need to start accepting all possible realities of a situation, you know? I think the only one he focused on was like, this girl is pregnant and I'm gonna have a baby soon. He only focused on that. If he kind of considered, at least at some point, it's possible that she's lying and she's not carrying my seed at all, I think this could have been prevented a little bit. I'm not saying he had a focus on that negative perspective the whole time, but it's like, don't be too closed-minded on all possibilities.
Crazy. It got to a point where he was fed up with all the excuses and he took her to the hospital to at least get an ultrasound to make sure that everything was still fine. Now, this didn't go as planned because according to Jay, she went crazy, or according to Jay, she started cutting up at the hospital. To be clear, not physically herself, she just
I thought physically, yeah, I know cutting up is like slang.
started causing a scene.
She cut up so bad on me at the women's place. Told me she ain't getting no ultrasound thing or none of that. I'm like, you feel me? Like, don't nobody go no whole 9 months faking no pregnancy like that.
You'd be surprised how many women fake pregnancies. Now, with the Facebook post, he had some receipts. The green is him and the black is her. Dude, I haven't heard from you all day. Got me walking around with a dead phone. I don't have a charger or anything. He responds, MFer, I texted you and called you several times. She says, I'm admitting myself tonight. He responds, where you at? She says, at home. He says, I gotta come get you? She responds, no, I don't want to risk you getting pulled over because of your headlights. My sister is gonna take me. And he says, I got my headlight fixed. You see me calling you, you steady want to play games. She says, no, I didn't see you calling. The F? He responds, I'm going to block you. I'm not going to keep chasing you down. You are weird as hell and too darn grown to be playing little kids games. She responds, you're not chasing crap down, but them 304s you are messing with. AKA Jay is a player. And y'all gonna hear it from the horse's mouth. I don't have a phone charger. I'm having to use my sister's phone. If I'm telling you that I'm going to...
You see, I'm not surprised that he's a player. I'm not saying that's not right, but I'm just saying this explains the situation a lot better. She knows he got other females are capturing his attention. She know that. So put more attention on me. I'm pregnant. Yeah. I'm pregnant. Yeah. And what them 304s aren't, but I am. And with your baby. All the attention goes right back to her.
The hospital, that means meet me up there, block me, and you won't have to worry about us. He responds, where are you? She said, on the way to your house. She said, I'm gonna get dropped off. Then he responds, bruh, you told me you were at the hospital. Now you're on the way to my house. What do you have going on? See, you're full of crap. Why aren't you answering? You keep sending me the voicemail, so I know you see me calling you or trying to call you. Now, the video we're about to watch is of her making a scene outside of the hospital where things didn't go as Jay had planned. All he wanted was an ultrasound, and this is what he got in response.
That's crazy. Going through a whole term, no ultrasound, that's a red flag. And honestly, if you asking for, that's bare minimum. You asking for an ultrasound and they're all defensive, that's an indication something's up here.
I'm at the women's hospital trying to see my son get an ultrasound. This girl, she don't want to show my son. Okay. Then I try to take her to she don't even want to show me an ultrasound. Oh, shut the up. Shut the up. I had to drag her up here and she still don't want to get an ultrasound. Can y'all please tell me what's wrong with that? That don't seem right with me.
Now, before he had posted the receipts on October 18, his family, as you may understand, had been asking him, where is the baby? When is the baby being born? What is happening? And it was overstimulating him to the point where he...
Is it possible she never, or like I'm sorry, I'm not really trying to do too much by saying this, but like, she kind of does look like a female who probably doesn't get the most male attention. And he has been giving her attention, bare minimum enough. I don't know if they was boyfriend and girlfriend, situationship, whatever it is, but I feel like she probably doesn't get that much male attention. This dude came offering her some attention, but maybe he's splitting his attention between her and some other girls, and she craves it a lot more. Like, hey, pay attention to me more. boom, I'm pregnant. You see, just what I'm
got
talking
fed
about.
up and took to the internet. He was like, I don't want to go on the internet and embarrass her. However, it's gone to a point where I don't even have the answer. So the only way I can reach out to her is by putting it on the internet. All he wanted to know is, where is his son? And the way she was reacting in that video screams to me that she is guilty, because if you were truly pregnant, there wouldn't be this much noise around you just showing him the ultrasound, or going into the hospital with him. Now you may be wondering, why wasn't he there for the ultrasounds and everything? He said he was just taking her word for it. He trusted that she was being honest. And this isn't his first rodeo of women that have faked pregnancies.
I'm not trying to miscarry to him, but does that kind of give he not really trying to be that involved, or am I bugging? Maybe I'm bugging right now, cause I don't know. Like, I don't. If I'm a man, I don't know if this is his first kid, but if I'm a man, somebody's having my first kid, never really trying to see that ultrasound. I don't know.
But no one has gone to this extent of actually going the whole term and even over. And his mom actually confirmed that it's not his first rodeo. However, it's just very disappointing on their side, and also embarrassing because there were friends and family that showered them with gifts.
I just want some explanations on where is my son. Why she haven't showed me no baby or none of this? How you think it's cool to skip these many days with going to admit yourself in? You feel me? Any person, any female is gonna admit theyself in once they due date is up. Cause you ready to, you know what I'm saying, get the baby out of you. You ready to do your thing. Come on now, no in here you finna still keep a baby in you. Come on, bro. Yeah, look. So, boom. Yeah, I took it all the way to Facebook. I want the females, I want all the females explain to me, is this right or what? Is I'm tripping? Is I'm hallucinated? Let me know, is I'm hallucinating or something. So y'all seen that video of her post? She posted like she was at the hospital. Okay, boom. She went to the hospital. True enough, she went. Guess what? I called the women's hospital. Get what they told me? They just told me she is discharged. Discharged? What?
Oh my goodness.
So what the is really going on? Like, how the you get discharged if you supposed to be in labor?
I think this is probably maybe one of the first times I'll say this on this channel. Like, maybe taking it to the net was the right move. Maybe it was. And it's like a appropriate consequence for like all the lying she just did and playing with people she just did. Was taking it to the net actually a right move this time?
These folks said, yes, she's been discharged. I'm trying to make sure I heard that right. I just called the women's hospital. The girl is discharged, so wherever she at, I don't know where she at. You feel me?
Now, it's pretty clear that the story is a little all over the place, and that's because he said that the hospital said she was discharged, but then there were no records of her in the hospital at the same time, so who knows? Any freaking way. On October 19, he made a post. How do you fake a pregnancy this long and you think it's cool? You are delusional and you need to be in a mental home. On October 20, he makes a post saying, where is my son? And under you can see that this is a repost from September 13 that read, thank you to everyone that came out and showed love from Mines and me son. Okay, we ready to meet you. The countdown real Rian Aliyah, her name.
That is so devastating. And just looking at these pictures, like whole time she know there ain't no baby in there. Whole time she know there's no baby at all. Yes, we taking pictures. We at the baby shower, but ain't no baby. Ain't no baby. But this is what I mean. Look how she actually like smiling. I mean, you gotta do it for the pictures and everything, but it's like she likes that. She has a dude who gonna take her serious. I'm not trying to like do too much, but like she do look like a female. Like maybe she don't get that much male attention, and then like she really wanted to keep this one.
That was the from the baby shower. Everybody showered them. They looked happy. He's putting a heart on her fupa. Nothing wrong with having a fupa, but clearly we know that she was faking the pregnancy now. Now, there was a lot of harsh comments when it came to her, but honestly, in my opinion, every woman carries differently. And with her, it was hard to tell, but everybody just got played by her. October 20, he makes a post again and says, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want some explanations. I'm dead serious. It's not funny. I have been wrestling with her all last week and trying to make sure she goes to the hospital, admits herself in, like, what the heck is going on? And then he makes another post saying, man, that girl needs help for real. I've never seen no crap like this. Who wouldn't want the baby dad to be in the labor room with them? All the money I've spent, all the time I've wasted, this crap is not right. This crap has turned you evil for real. MFers want to see me in jail because I'm ready to crash out. Now, y'all remember when I mentioned y'all are going to hear from the horse's mouth on him being a player? Well, this is what he had to say.
And then you know how many people found, when they found out that I had posted them baby shower pictures, you know how many motherfuckers like, you know what I'm saying? You finna be a father, what? You know how many hoes I lost behind it?
And if you didn't hear clearly, he said, do you know how many 304s I lost behind posting that Facebook post about the baby shower, confirming that he is a player. Now, this is no excuse for what she did at all.
Right.
Like I said in the very beginning, I don't understand the psychology part of this. However, it does give us an idea on possibly why she did this. To get the attention, be the number one baby mama.
See, I already said it. Already said it. Already said it.
Can follow. She'd been putting up with this crap. Whatever the case is, once again, doesn't excuse her behavior.
I mean, I never been somebody's hoe for real, but I can only imagine like you kind of like messing with a dude and then like he just posts baby pictures or like he posts the girl that he got pregnant. Like, oh, I'm finna fall back. Like, let me go to somebody else. I can totally see that.
That behavior is pathetic. But I'm just saying, maybe that was a reason. Because she did, y'all remember on the text where she says, you're not chasing crap but them 304s. Absolutely ridiculous. That is a pathetic, low self-esteem move on her part. She could have simply broken up with him. We're not even gonna step into him being a player.
That is a low self-esteem move. I'm trying to tell you, like, y'all need to build up that self-esteem. It's easier to control you if you got low self-esteem. And look at this shit. Like, I'm trying to tell you, a common denominator in a lot of actions be the person has low self-esteem. They didn't have confidence because, like, honestly, would a secure human being be acting like that? But that needs to be the question people need to be asking a lot more. Would a secure person be acting like that? Like, for real. That would already give you an answer.
We're focusing on the fake pregnancy on this video. Now, the clips y'all have been seeing is him when he went live with the caption, where is my son? This was on October 20th. Now, he did mention that Rhea called his mom last night, so it would have been October 19, telling her that she is having an emergency C-section. And this is because the doctor found a blood clot, in Jay's words, somewhere in her stomach, but his mom confirmed it was a blood clot that was found in her umbilical cord. The lengths of deceit this lady has gone to is absolutely ridiculous. So as y'all can imagine, Jay and his mom are probably excited. Okay, she's gonna get a C-section and then the baby's gonna come out and then they're gonna go to the hospital and see her. What's funny is that the very next day, Rhea's sister calls Jay and tells him that her and her mother are gonna take Rhea to the hospital to get her checked up / have the baby. Now, when they attempted this plan, Rhea took her stuff and got a ride to somewhere. It clearly doesn't make any sense because Jay was told last night that she's having an emergency C-section, so she should be in the hospital. And they should be going the next day to go see the baby. And now, this is happening where she took her bags and she left. Now, the grandma-to-be, she says she's Nana. She had a few words to say about this entire situation. Y'all check it out.
No reading a lie to me. I'm Nana.
Bruh, that was so random.
No reading a lie. For real, though. It ain't no reading a lie.
I knew it from the beginning because there was no weight.
She had to lie because she could not live with the truth of the situation. That's why a lot of people lie. because they don't want to like lying distorts reality because it's not the truth. And the truth of the matter is, if she was never pregnant, he probably was not going to give her all the attention. And that's a fact. That and she didn't want to live with that truth, so she lied.
There was no way.
See what I did
But
there?
I wanted to go along with her, thinking that it was a baby. Mom Duke, they said Mom Duke said she waiting on her grandbaby.
I am waiting on my grandbaby.
Yeah,
No.
man.
All my grandkids.
My mama got so many
All my
grandkids.
baby mamas that I got grandbabies with know I'm gonna be there for them from day one to the end of the pregnancy, all the way up.
So you know what I'm saying? We was really waiting on this one right here.
I would have had 2 girls and 2 boys born between now and February.
How I interpreted it is exactly how I would have received it. Everybody carries differently. You may not have gotten the weight, but you don't want to question somebody when they say they're pregnant. And why would you lie about pregnancy, right? So it wouldn't have been Nana's first rodeo. His brother, and I believe he has a sister, they have children, and there's a child that's expected to be born, his niece, right now. So yeah, it's not their first rodeo. They were just excited for the baby. Everybody was. The baby shower, the preparation, the mental preparation, the
mental, emotional, all of
it
it.
is
All of
a
it.
lot. And to lie about a pregnancy is bottom of the barrel behavior. But we're gonna move on to the comments.
It's
on
disgusting.
that live. Some of the people here are friends. Some of them are family members.
Honestly, lying about the baby or having a baby and it's not his, and men having babies knowing they're in a relationship. All of those really is bottom of the barrel behavior. All of it.
One person said, well, I know she wasn't pregnant when she told me 2 different due dates. Somebody else says, and I'm slow for going to her baby shower. We have been played.
Oh my
Maya
goodness.
says she done took all the baby stuff back to the store. Now Christian is trying to be funny. She said, y'all had a shower, no baby. And then Maya comes back on and says, to go this far, she will literally steal a baby. Crazy you mentioned that, because there are some women who do steal babies. There's been cases where a friend does the unfortunate to her best friend that's pregnant, takes the baby out of her and pretends that it's hers. There's so many cases. So
Wow.
This comment is not a far stretch. A person by the name Tally says, you're just as slow as she is for believing it. My wouldn't let me go a whole 9 months without showing proof. You didn't even get a
and I said that earlier too. Like, there's nothing wrong with being trusting, but it's just like the fact no ultrasound. Like, come on, that's on him. That's on him.
pregnancy test. This is your fault. You're the daddy. My response to that would be, you don't know how they operate. Some people operate differently. Some people take some other person's word for it and believes it, and people get scammed in different ways, and this is no different.
Yeah,
I will
but
say,
why not want to
you
see the
could have had
ultrasound?
proof. At least some proof, especially if you are a player yourself. And I don't know why he trusted her so much. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave that over there. And last but not least, Cariel says she's selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace right now. What she did, and what most women that fake their pregnancies do, is completely evil in my eyes. It's completely inappropriate. It's not a laughing matter. People can make jokes here and there to cheer themselves up or whatever the case is, but for the person that has been lied to, that is a betrayal that I don't wish on anyone. I don't care if the guy was a player. You knew he was a player, and you still were messing with him. So why are you surprised? A person like Rhea,
It's so funny. I feel like, am I just different? Because if anything, I think if I'm with a dude and then I find out he's a player or whatever, I thank God I didn't get pregnant. What? Thank God I didn't get pregnant. Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, breakups are hard. They are very hard, but like it's even harder if you got pregnant by somebody that ain't shit. That's harder. Choose your heart. Choose it.
as a friend, as a family member, as whatever you are with her, you need to stay far, far away from people like her. Now, this is not an isolated case. There are so many cases of women that do this type of stuff. If you know somebody that could further explain the psychology behind it, please let me know, DM me something. And before we move on, I just want to take the moment to say thank you to all my anti-Delulu Den members for always showing me love. Truly, Magic has been with a
she
voice.
real for
So
this.
I'm gonna be using that
She's
feature
solid for this.
sooner than
Make sure y'all drop a sub.
later. I'm so excited for it.
Drop a
I've been waiting on this
sub.
and I'm like so happy. Back to the video. Now, because Jay had made the baby shower post about Rhea, he lost all his other side chicks and was gonna focus on Rhea, but because all this has now dropped, not only did he lose Rhea, but he lost a son that was probably never there to begin with, but he also lost a lot of his side chicks. And so he made a post on October 21st saying, back to the single life. He made another post saying, I just want a son. Now, he wanted a son very badly because he truly believed that a son could change his view on life, could change how he possibly treats women, could change how he treats himself, something. He honestly believed that his role was upside down, and this was finally something. Finally,
it be concerning. I mean, I want kids, but like, let me stop. I don't want to read too much into stuff. Like, I could see me saying, "Oh, I want a son, I want a daughter," but I think my problem is people say that, and they're not also saying, "I want a wife, I want a husband." That's where it kind of gets a little bit troubling for me. Like, if you screaming out both, even if it's in two separate contexts, that's cool. But if you only screaming out, I don't know. I just don't know. Unless it's like adoption, that's cool. But I just want to impregnate somebody and then give me a kid. You see? And it's like, if you don't believe in God, that actually don't sound crazy, but I feel like if you believe in God, you know there's a sort of order to things. You feel me?
Someone that was gonna flip it the right way and everything will be jolly. It's honestly sad. Regardless of his history, it's just sad. Now, the comment section of that post, they got wild. We're gonna read some of them. Lakshmi says he's gonna have 7 baby mamas messing with us. Now, this next comment from Raven, she says, I put the F in fertile, I got you. Now, you can have a type. I would not recommend, but go on. Kyler comments, what are y'all doing with the stuff from the baby shower? That is honestly a question that I have. What are y'all gonna...
That's the real question.
He said he's gonna try to get it and sell it, but obviously he doesn't have the gifts from the baby shower, so Lord knows where Rhea's taking them. Now, I will say that Rhea's family is embarrassed. Her sister has called Jay telling him that she's embarrassed of the situation, and
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised Rhea only kept it to herself. She didn't even tell her peoples that like it's fake, or like a friend. Like, she probably kept that shit to. She was willing to go to the grave with it.
She's sorry that he had to go through this, but they are embarrassed, and I don't know if they're talking to Rhea or if she just left or what has happened. But yeah, Maria says, boy, all these pretty little young things on you right now, you better get to work.
What the? What? And a female said that? I'm disgusted.
And Christian says, chill out now. It is over and done with. Go in someone else.
That's another female?
Tink Tink comments, come let me give you one.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I am embarrassed for y'all. I truly, truly am. Very embarrassing behavior, but whatever. The only person...
Thirsty on the net is crazy. Like, being thirsty in person is one thing, but like that digital footprint, like, what the... No,
that
like...
made sense in the comment section, as far as I got, was D, who said, boy, you barely can take care of yourself. What the hell? If he can barely take care of himself, according to D, why would you want that man to be the father of your children? Y'all need to wake up and do better.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then he made a final post, at least.
That's weird. You see this guy online, give me a baby. I think that's another video.
Finals
Topic.
to
It's
my
another video.
research that said, say a prayer for me as I'm getting admitted into the hospital. My sickle cell has been flaring up since last night. I'm in so much pain right now. I don't wish this on anyone. Please say a prayer for me. Facebook, I'm hurting bad. I darn near want to cry right now. I know God's got me. I'm tired of fighting. Now, sickle cell is no joke.
At
don't
all.
wish that on anybody. And I can imagine why it is flaring up. A lot of stress. As I mentioned, there's 3 sides to a story. We had Jay's entire side to the story, and then we have Rhea's side and the truth. Now, Rianne, however you want to enunciate her name, she deleted her Facebook. And I think that is very telling of the situation. I think her sister
Wrap it up.
out to Jay
Wrap it up all
is
together.
very telling that all this was indeed fake, whether for validation, attention, or control. Maybe all 3. Definitely manipulation though. But I did get a screenshot of 2 of the posts that she made before her page went down, and one of them said, I really don't even have to post anything to keep y'all updated. Just know I'm forever straight over here. I let MFers talk because that's all y'all gonna do anyway. Her second post says, and I feel like I can't nobody F with me, and I can't be F'd with.
But who would want to fuck with you though?
I don't care what y'all say. I'm still gonna walk around this like I can't be touched. Y'all hop on any bandwagon. Follow
the leader what? Like anybody with 2 eyes and a brain though, that wasn't a right move to do. People like to say anything under the sun.
Course. That's what she had to say about the situation before she deleted.
She mad at the
entire
hoes.
account.
Look, you can be, I don't care. Because people can be, some females can be a hoe. They being hoes and they're not faking a pregnancy. So let's say, what about that? I'd rather be a hoe than a liar. Yeah, I said it. If I had to choose which sin.
And I think,
just
like I mentioned,
being so for
it's
real.
very telling.
Like, it's not in my nature. Neither,
her behavior,
but
of her actions, and she should be ashamed of herself. Every woman out there that has lied about a pregnancy to keep a man or to do whatever, you ought to be ashamed of your behavior, ashamed of yourself, ashamed of your actions. There should be jail time if there isn't already, because it is absolutely ridiculous. It can damage a person in every way possible, and it is done too many times. You can go check the stats, but I'm telling you right now, whatever the number is for that statistic, double it. That's how many women lie on a daily basis about pregnancies. Most women lie about it for money. You'll be surprised. But that's a story for another day. I know I mentioned there's 2 cases that are going viral right now. Hopefully I get a chance to cover the second case of the woman that lied about being pregnant.
Okay, so we done here today, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day. Bless up, and I'll catch y'all next time.